we talked about Death on the Nile, but we should also mention the other movie that Kenneth wrote and directed, Belfast. So it's about your childhood, right?
It is, yeah.
Because Jamie played you, right?
Jamie Dornan was in a beautiful actor, and you talked to Jamie.
Yeah, we interviewed about it.
Yeah. And so this is about a moment in my life when I was 9 years old, when from a really beautifully harmonious moment in my life, we lived in a street full of Catholics and Protestants. Violence visited, and suddenly what was a playground became a kind of fortress, and our family had to negotiate our way through a very difficult time, as so many other families did at that moment. And so the film is partly about how do you find, wherever you get it, the joy, the laughter, the fun, the family, the romance, or all the things, all the coping mechanisms, step by step, that in difficult times when change is happening, traumatic change sometimes, how do you find a way to just love those who are near you and feel that and allow that to sustain you and take you through to some kind of comfort.
It's interesting. It's so great, but it's interesting how it's a different story, but everybody's been going through something so traumatic for the last 2 years. So there's so many, like you say, there's so many coping mechanisms, and it was just interesting, to watch the film and then also like realize what everybody's been going through financially, emotionally, mental health, like all of that. It's quite a bold thing, I think, to be able to be so comfortable in letting everyone in.
Well, I don't know about how comfortable I was, but I felt like it was necessary. As you say, there was something about the unsettled nature of the way we were living. Suddenly, the future was uncertain. When we were all locked down, we just didn't know whether any kind of normal lives would be returned to. We literally missed people. We were able to understand how much we loved people, how much we needed human contact.
Touch, just touch.
Yeah, exactly. The sort of tactile nature. How, all missing a hug, And so that, I think, that strips a few layers of skin off you, and you go back to moments when, at least in my life, when you were facing the same thing and you found a way to re-establish that contact and sort of understand how simple the kind of and the beauty of love and human contact, particularly in families, can be.
That we can take for granted as well.
Yeah, that we do. And so this was a film that was about, I wanted to go back and say thank you to my parents. I wanted to pay tribute to all the kind of sacrifices they made, and every parent makes every day of the year in every part of the world for their kids. And,
absolutely.
And they do.
Yeah.
And I thought, what, I'm going to buy the vulnerability. And so as a result, across the course of working on that film, I've been a sort of emotional wreck most of the time.
No, that's what I was going to say,
But it's okay. It's better out than in.
No, that's how I write. Like, people are like, oh, man, you wrote about that. I'm like, I had to. There was no option. Like, because sometimes I feel like you have to get it out. Especially artists, it's like how we process, I feel like. Have you ever been, like, especially the last 2 years, wasn't it crazy? Like, just... a lot of people that I know that are strong individuals really suffered, like either relationships or just with self-love or like just jobs, like everything was weird.
Well, I feel very lucky that we were okay. My parents, who live in San Diego, are 95, and my mom is just about to turn 93. Wow. They've been married 71 years.
Oh my God. What?
And
that doesn't exist anymore.
I know. And they're still in the same house that we moved into when I was 10. So I have to say, not seeing my parents for a while, because of course we all stayed away until we were all vaccinated, boosted, tested, yada, yada. I really missed them. And I missed, the rest of my family. And what you were saying about a hug and just being in contact, you really see how much we need that during this past couple of years. So yeah, it was tough for a lot of people.
Yeah, no, but the connection thing is so funny. I never realized how much, I mean, I'm like Elaine from Seinfeld, I knew this. Like, I'm like a very touchy person, but like, and like even when I'm like happy or sad or whatever, but I never realized how much I missed like just touch. It was just very crazy.